The following contest is scheduled for a 2-hour time limit. Introducing first, coming from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, wrestling reporter and columnist Justin LaBar. And his opponent, you. Call, tweet, email because you can go one-on-one with Justin LaBar in Wrestling Reality. Right now on Trib Live Radio.
Wrestling Reality here, Trib Live Radio, every single Tuesday, one-on-one with me, your host, Justin LaBar. Follow me on Twitter, at Justin LaBar, Bleacher Report, WrestleZone, Prime Wrestling. A lot of ways you can consume the reality that I am spreading. A lot of things to talk about today. Of course, we'll have BAM time, we'll have Stat Boy Jeff Stats. We'll be joined by Boston Johnny for the first time in a couple weeks. We'll do all that. We'll talk about some things that I've been writing about, one of which concerns Colt Cabana, another which concerns Hulk Hogan, which I had to pull back, or at least Bleacher Report did. They felt that they weren't comfortable with putting it up there, which is okay. They got to look out for themselves, and I can see their point. But, hey, this is my show, so I'm going to do what I want to do on this show. First, let's talk about the top story, which is last night on Monday Night Raw. It ends with officially the contract being signed. Feed me Punk. Ryback versus CM Punk at Hell in a Cell in Atlanta. I will be there, and this is how I look at this. Ryback versus CM Punk is just like the new WWE title belt. I'll believe it when I see it. Yes, the match has been made official. Yes, that is what it seems they are going to be promoting over the next 2 weeks until we get to October 28th. But until I see it, until the bell rings on October 28th, at about 10:15 p.m. Eastern Time, inside a cell, and the two get it on, I am not going to get my hopes up, and I'm not going to completely buy in that this match is going to take place. I propose, as I did on Bleacher Report, I still stand by it. I propose that if John Cena apparently isn't able to go and it's got to be somebody else, now that we know it's supposed to be Ryback for CM Punk, have CM Punk sneak attack Ryback. Have him take him out of the equation, and then here comes Vince McMahon to step him in. The thing is, people want to see Ryback versus CM Punk, and so it seems, based upon the reaction, based upon the buzz, based upon all the build that Ryback had on his own, and people started getting behind him, and the intrigue they've had over the last month of a tease between he and CM Punk. People want to see the match, CM Punk versus Ryback, which is all the more reason to not give it to them. It's all the more reason to get heat on CM Punk by having him do a heel, dastardly move, sneak attack Ryback with a weapon, tear him down, do something that takes him out of the equation. You got to have a match so Vince McMahon steps in. And then from that point on, you can go right into Survivor Series, Paul Heyman guys versus Vince McMahon guys. It would be true to life, and people would appreciate it. Paul Heyman guys, CM Punks, Brock Lesnar's. You can bring some other people into the fold if you would like. And then on the Vince McMahon side, you have guys that are Vince McMahon guys. John Cena, the poster boy WWE, Ryback, who we've always heard Vince is a big fan of, and you can gain more people on that side. That's what needs to happen here. Hold off on Ryback versus CM Punk. Not now. People want to see it, don't give it to them. But let's just say, for argument's sake, that it does end up happening. Let's say that it does end up happening. People love to make the comparisons to Goldberg. Personally, it seems like they're starting to do some kind of a work or some kind of a planting of a seed for a potential Goldberg-Ryback interaction eventually. That's a whole other story. But if they want to make the comparisons to Goldberg, well, there are some similarities. Just like Goldberg, his first world title match in WCW was in Atlanta up against the big bad champion in Hollywood, Hulk Hogan. Well, just like that victory, if Ryback is going to step into the ring in a Hell in a Cell versus CM Punk, it needs to be fairly quick, swift, and decisive Ryback victory, or I don't think CM Punk should be giving up the title until Royal Rumble, and if they stand by keeping the title on Punk, Punk needs an army to take down Ryback. Punk cannot beat Ryback one-on-one. He cannot beat Ryback quickly. He can't even be in the ring for too long with Ryback. It's just not going to be believable. He either needs an army of Paul Heyman guys to keep that title around his waist, or Ryback needs to take care of business quickly. Otherwise, all this stock they've been putting in Ryback, all the build, all the hype, all the potential, all the future, it's gone. That's how I see it. We'll see what you have to say. 412-320-7925 is the number. sportstalk@tribweb.com is the email. You can, of course, tweet me at Justin LaBar. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about Dolph Ziggler. When's he going to cash it in? Sheamus, Big Show, Del Rio, Orton. I'm going to talk about Colt Cabana, CM Punk's best friend, why I think he's going to be a WWE commentator sooner rather than never. We'll talk about the Hulk Hogan sex tape situation, Bam Time, Johnny's stats. It's all coming up, Triple Live Radio.